Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2. So I want to thank the people in the comments sections who have been helping me to understand the mechanics of this game, because there's a lot going on here. It turns out that, in fact, your quest choices do produce political pressure, but they produce political pressure when you make the choice, not when you complete the quest. So you can see here, we actually do have some pacifist pressure being produced by the fact that I chose the pacifist choice on Main Quest Branch 2. Because we chose that 4 turns ago. It's unintuitive to me. I would expect it to take effect when you actually execute the thing you were choosing to do rather than when you choose to do it, but it's good to know that it does happen. Being able to control your government is probably more important than I give it credit for. Okay, I think we're not doing anything else this turn. I have a message here. Okay, Blue, hold on a second. What is your deal? How do you like everybody? And how does everybody like you? Oh, he's at war with Yellow, actually. Okay. So where's the issue? Here. He will not love it if we refuse to remove our ships from his... Yeah, alright. Let's try to make friends here. Where did that put my... It warped it all the way back to here. That's unfortunate. Alright, basically my plan is to send it back over there, but after we've made friends a little bit. So yeah, we don't want to make the move on Horatio yet because we don't have our command points yet. We can't really do it in a unified way, so I think we're good for this turn. Still a lot of galaxy out there. Okay, that has ended, unfortunately. So I'm not too worried about our system development costs, and I do love strategic resources. So let's just go ahead and get that going. We're going to pull up this mostly completed fleet and send it over here, because the other fleet is about to make a move. Ooh, I think this is a new one. Cephaloros. 25 industry per anomaly on systems. This could be a really, really powerful bonus if you can get it early, and they're a straight industry faction. These guys seem really cool. You know, for other people, not so much for us. We kind of have our thing figured out. What else is going on? Butcher was going to yell at me. I bet he was going to tell me about his purpose. Then he got distracted. So over here on Bracia, we're not producing enough food for exotic rations to be any good here, probably. That's something we could fix. But honestly, I think we're still in a position where we just like desperately need to put out more industry. The rest of the Empire's really coming along, though. What's up with Lusath? I cannot perform this machine embodiment. Oh, there was a birth, and it filled up the population slot that machine embodiment was going to fill. That's fine. We need space to grow still. Let's grab this world. Alright, then we can get back to all this stuff. Actually, we can just put this here. So what is our approval level like without that event? It turns out we're still all maximum ecstatic. Remember, the wonder that we built is giving 25 approval to all of our systems for a while. I don't remember exactly how long, but we'll probably be extremely okay on approval, at least until that ends. Man, maybe my ships need to be even faster. So let's see, can we get... There's no pay me to declare war on your enemies option here, is there? No. The way that is accomplished in this game is through making alliances. Well, let's re-singularity over here. Yeah, next turn I guess we're just gonna go at him. Trying to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Okay, here we go. We have some stuff to explore. Ruins, atmospheric, and subterranean. I think I would rather go for these two first. Subterranean is almost certainly just going to be a resource deposit on that world. So we found a very small amount of science. Hooray! And also that this place has a moon. Oh! This is good. Yeah, we're definitely going to take -5 science for a very small amount of time in order to probably get something for free. Yep, the Epistis are growing. Where are we at on our populations? 11 Epistis, 17 Riftborn. Okay, and we're currently working on, what, 2 Riftborn? Effectively 2 Riftborn, because Lissath is doing one. So we're almost at that 20-point bonus. Okay, now that we've picked up autonomous construction, I think we're going to grab focused plasma because the titanium A2S module is going to actually be really important to our ability to take systems. As it is, we don't have the manpower to conquer anything. Oh, the Tikanan have attacked us. That's unfortunate. That scout ship's probably dead. We will attempt to retreat. Okay, there was a safe route. Wherever this goes, it does not have ownership at the other end.
Our purpose is to kill.
I am going to refuse to leave Craver territory. I'm exploring stuff over here. Ooh, the Cravers are at war with this is Lumeris, right? Yeah, this system was Lumeris at the beginning of the turn and is not anymore. Maybe the Lumeris and the Sophans and I can get one big happy friendship going here.
Horatio doubts your motives.
We will, of course, refuse to remove our fleets from his space. Hold on, before we make any other decisions. So we've unlocked... Okay. Plus manpower capacity could be more useful. We also did unlock a new deed. Be the first one to raise one of your heroes to level 9. In exchange for... Oh, wow. Deployable ramparts is actually quite an interesting module. So yeah, it's twice as effective as the A2S slugs and gives the ship the ability to carry extra people, so even more effective invasions, and gives the ship 150 health. This would be really cool to get. Raise a hero to level 9. Oh, we're actually very close to it. Cool, all we have to do is finish building some more stuff. Okay, things are going to get really awkward in a moment here. So we should probably... Right, yeah, we have a reasonable amount of food here. Probably build exotic rations here. We definitely want this to be a unit of Epistis, or maximum food output. You know, this is quite a bit of food here, actually. We have the luxury for that to be good. So that'll help out with our manpower situation a bit. And at this point, we're putting out enough industry that specializing a planet is no longer like a 4-turn effort. So we could just continue up the military tree. I don't know if that's necessary, though. Or even if it's wise. Like, it may not be the case that that's the best way to advance. Even if we're planning to do war, it may be better to move up empire development and try to unlock large ships, or maybe... Yeah, maybe we want to get internal again. We do have adamantium available to us. We should probably learn how to mine it. Also, predictive logistics is a good structure. 4 turns to that. Our science is okay. Our science output could be a little better, I suppose. Alright, you're just gonna stay put until you can search that other anomaly. Okay, so this is the time. Nothing left to do but let this guy know.
Your contact with us brings more worry than joy. Horatio,
You know,
do not trust you.
I'm starting to think this guy's smarter than he looks.
An unpleasant decision. Horatio's plans for this galaxy do not include your meddling and rudeness.
He will accept an immediate truce if I can just see my way to giving him Lyseth. Well, how about instead of that? Let's see, I'm assuming that an invasion would have no shot here. It is worth noting that we have unlocked armor, and we could convert some of our ground forces to tanks, but doing so has a manpower logistics cost, and we currently can't afford to pay it. We could at the very least buff up our infantry, which I think is probably worth doing. This isn't super valuable, but let's take that. Alright, and now that we're at war with your enemies,
Why are you knocking around?
how would you feel about being buddies? I'm just going to try this. I can't tell how they're going to feel about it, but I also don't want to, like, pay them or anything. That sounds like a lot of effort. They refused.
Still want to act all dark and mysterious, huh?
Alright, we'll get that sorted out. After I've done a little work against Horatio, we might see them come around a little bit. Okay, deployable ramparts is a pretty good thing. So now we need to make some ships that are actually using that. Alright, you need one more level up before you can move to the next tier. Where did our ship over here end up? Oh. More Lumeris territory. Boy, the Lumeris are pretty large this game, it seems like. They expanded very quickly. Okay, we've revealed all of the hidden isolated nodes near this constellation, which might be a pretty large number, actually. Let's see here. Star system trade value does nothing. Food converted into dust is bad for us, though, because we want that food as food and manpower. And we're not really in need of dust. You know, we have a lot of... We're getting to the point where we have a lot of food, though. I wonder if it's maybe okay to do this. Yeah, it's... The dust is worth something, whereas the trade value is worth nothing, because we have no trade companies. Alright, you need to finish that. And then we need to get some ships with ramparts out here. And I know this is a pretty old strategy. I've been doing this version of this thing for a long time, but it keeps working, so... Are any of these slots also allowed to host support modules? No, we probably want to go ahead and keep it with an engine. Yeah, good old-fashioned siege ship. Except these are even more effective as siege ships because they'll be able to bring in the manpower as well. That is, once we have our situation dealt with here and we can actually host all the manpower. So we have these better beams, we have these better torpedoes. Again, I think it's good for your support ships to actually be off-type from the rest of your fleet so that they're more effective in combat, because the enemy generally will be teching their defenses against your majority ships. Yeah, alright. How long will it take to produce a couple of those? The distances that we're talking about make Akamar not a great place to do it, unfortunately. We probably don't even need a bunch of them. We just need a little bit of siege power here. And you... You know, I'm going to go for this. It's late enough in the game that we probably won't get it, I think, but it's only going to take 10 turns to attempt it. It would be very handy if we got it, obviously. And the capital doesn't have anything else of huge import to build. So we're good there. The Epistis continue to grow. You know what we probably should do, actually? We should probably grab one more point of population. Because that'll mean when this finishes on Brassia, that'll be 20, right? Yeah. We had new Calgaros born, which is fine. I think I don't care about the Calgaros bonuses. Yeah, we're all super good on approval right now. I don't really want the religious party in charge. And we probably don't need this influence boost. So, these guys are, you know, as long as they're working, they're fine. But capture, assimilate, or attract a new population type into your empire. Yeah, that could happen. You know what? At some point, we're going to have some Horatio, I think. Alright, so obviously you have to leave. Okay, it would be best if we were at medium range. I mean, obviously I'm not. This battle doesn't matter. He's just going to retreat. So what we have here is just a couple of small protector ships. Well, that seems like a strange choice for him to have made, exposing those to me. So again, I would expect a retreat here. Yeah, okay. No big surprise there. You know what I ought to do? Let's take a look at our battle tactics. So Revive and Rebuild is a bad match for what we're doing right now. Turtle and Power to Shields both have their place. I think Turtle's not great for us. Yeah, I would like something where I can do like a long and a medium, because we have some ships equipped with missiles and some ships equipped with energy weapons. So this gives us a couple of options there, and then it's a good idea to stay on top of... it's a good idea to keep some sets that let you be any range. Like, right, if we just have these and something else that looks like them, then we don't have the ability to go to short, which may be relevant in case we run into an enemy fleet that has a lot of torpedoes or something. You want to leave yourself the option of playing at any distance. So I think this is a pretty good tactic set for us. Alright, we are slowly burning them down. It's actually not even that slow. I'm kind of surprised at how high that value is. Alright, so in 3 turns, we'll have that 20 population point bonus. I don't know that it's worth putting a lot of extra effort into rushing it. We're all doing important stuff here. So at this point, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to build this. This is actually 50 science now. It's a pretty significant increase. We only have the one planet with anomalies on it. You know, we don't have to plan further ahead than that. Alright, so we are wearing Horatio down. We should probably get out of here. Ah, didn't really want you to do that way. Well, whatever, it's fine. Okay, these guys are still traveling. Oh, you know what? I haven't been exploring curiosities. We could get a little bit of free approval. I should not miss that. That's important stuff. Okay, obviously, the anomaly on, or the, what do you call it? The singularity on Akamar needs to be replaced. That's a pretty important one. Go ahead and attack this guy before he leaves.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you making...
Okay, so all of a sudden, we're friends.
Greetings,
Potentially.
Dude.
Yeah, friends enough. Could I get a little bit of something, you know? That bar was in the blue. We could maybe get a little bit of an assist here. You know what? I'm just going to leave the deal favorable. This is probably not favorable enough for us to actually get anything meaningful out of him. And they remember when you give them good deals. It gives you a little bit of extra diplomatic stuff.
Smart decision. We figured...
You know, diplomatic stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Let's keep moving. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. We've discovered some Mavros and also the Unfallen. Let's bounce back to here and get a little bit of favor. We might be able to get some resources mailed over to us. Right, Oshi needs to swap to building the compression singularity. Yeah, you know, we're not that far away from just outnumbering them, although, of course, it's dangerous to engage in a battle that looks anywhere near even, because they're going to get all the extra population, or all the extra manpower from conscription, and we're not. Let's try to get the ciphers in place and see how much that affects the rate of our siege. And now that we're friends with the Sophans, they'll let us go through their territory and expose all the curiosities and whatnot. Yeah, minus 76 per turn is, like, pretty alright. Yep, obviously you need to retreat. That's fine, the plan can just be to go to Ursa. Oh, a message from Koraz. The home dimension of the Riftborn. Yes, thank you, I know. A group of scientists have had their facilities destroyed by the advancing Blight, and are unable to continue their work. They have applied to join your empire in New Koraz as laborers until they can resume their jobs back home as scientists. Well, I feel like we already made some decisions, you know, in plot about this, but okay. Lasath, you know what? Lasath could really use some extra industry right now. Their curiosity back up. Curiosity. Singularity. You know, it's all the same. I can't tell the difference, which is the same as it being the same. I'll just keep exploring these curiosities over here. It's good to know what the planets have on them for when it's our turn to take them. So we discovered an amoeba. Okay, well this will complete our quest once it gets back to our systems. And meteor strikes, not awesome. We just saved those amoebas. They did not want to live in Craver society. Trust us. I think we can probably put out, like, a couple more of these. Just wanted to make sure we had a couple of them ready to go quickly. It might be a good idea for us to develop commercial frameworks, and then this would allow me to colonize Terran worlds. I don't think we currently have any Terran worlds, right? What is it over here? This is a Steppes world. Yeah, okay, so I'm not too worried about that. We could obviously just get extreme atmospherics. You know, we do actually have a gas world that we're not currently inhabiting. Chameleon spaces is not that exciting. Yeah, so we'll get another level of advanced system development available. And then we'll reevaluate from there. The war against the Horatio is going pretty well on account of they're not fighting back, which may well have something to do with the Sophons, right? We don't know exactly what exactly is going on out here in the galaxy, but it may be that the Sophon fleet is dangerous enough that Horatio's attention is devoted in that direction. We gotta grab this cipher, send him over here, and assist. So in 2 turns, they'll have very, very little defense left. Alright, what are we picking up next with you? Oh yeah, a whole bunch of food. Right, that was the whole reason. The whole reason we picked you up. So Lathath is now on 204 food. It's a shame that it's pumping out Calgaros so quickly, because this is like... This is how we're going to get our Epistis thing happening. You know, maybe we should ship off the Calgaros? Like, what if I bounce all of them to Oshi or something? Do we have the population space for that? Oh, extremely. Yeah, actually, Oshi could really use the growth. Yeah, so ship them off. Population growth makes Epistis here, and this is how we'll get to 20 on that. And speaking of getting to 20, so now every one of our systems has plus 20% industry output, or is it 15? Yeah, just plus 15% industry. That's a very good bonus. Okay, what else do we need? Well, predictive logistics is currently plus 60. No, it's only 40. We have actually not colonized almost any of this. Well, maybe I ought to fix that. This is not a great world. This world is also not very good. This is only 20 science. No, why don't we build some food here? And then we'll pick up you. I'm not happy with the acid rain situation over here. And meanwhile, on Oshi, we have 166 industry. This will actually be very, very helpful. Oh, hey, it was a trap. Well, that's unfortunate. Destroy the Hisho in battle at Alcyon 1. I don't think that we're going to be able to do that. Oh, that's... This, Hold on a second. A preliminary exploration of this ocean planet reveals only one thing, a screaming band of Hisho fighters who fire off an opening salvo of rockets before even attempting communication. Your repeated warning broadcasts do nothing to slow their advance. Alright. And the reward for this is 50 titanium, which, you know, is not nothing. And honestly, our Shadow is a fairly heavily armed ship. Let's, They really want to be at short range. We also want to be at short range, but we can play at medium range first. They're going to pick a tactic that has short in the middle. So we'll start at middle. We'll have a period at the beginning of the battle where our firepower is more optimized than theirs is, and then we'll close to close range with that advantage. I guess we probably could have watched that. Alright, we did it. We got him. It's a good thing we found a Prowler in that thing, because otherwise we would simply have lost our scout. Well, we've discovered the Craver homeworld. I do not wish to be here any longer than I absolutely have to. And you... boy, just try to make it home, I guess? This thing has 3 move and is kind of bad and weak. I expect that it will not make it home in one piece. But I definitely don't want to pair it with the exploration ship, given that it has 3 move, like... It just makes our exploration ship useless. We need to figure out a way to apply a singularity to a singularity, so that we could place our time speeding up singularity on a system and then slow the time that passes for that singularity, so that we could have it active for longer. There you go. That's science. Alright, we're getting attacked all over the place. These guys would love a truce. I'm pretty sure we're refusing that. That will deal with you in a second. That should be pretty easy. Oh, that's right. The Tikkanen hate us. That's why I didn't search their curiosities. Well, we can retreat the same way we retreated before. We can just go to... Well, here. Get back to here, and then we'll figure out the right path to Iaz. We'll try making friends with them. Believe it or not, some people in this galaxy like us. Probably. I mean, I don't know of any, but I assume. Alright, we're going to do this because I really do want to let Oshii get this finished. Okay. Let's deal with this. I'm a little perplexed by their attack here. Seems like a strange choice to me. So they're all in on projectile weapons, but one of them is using missiles and the other is using bullets. It's not great for them. So I guess the downside of this set of tactics is that it doesn't let me do medium close. I can do long medium and long close. Well, shield absorption is good. Trying to figure out, they're definitely going to be in mid. So no, I guess the thing that makes sense is to do the tactic that's going to cause my flotilla across from them to close in on them as quickly as possible. They might just fight us from close, though. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm comfortable with this. If they try to engage with us at long, we'll close quickly. Our ships are pretty effective at any range. I think this should be a pretty good one. We might have to rebalance our battle tactics so that I have a close medium available to us. Now, I think this should be a total blowout. Clearly, they don't agree, otherwise they wouldn't be doing this. But it's two small ships against a full fleet. I don't know. We do have some nice-looking ships. Horatio's ships are a lot less cool. They're actually really strange-looking, I think. They kind of... I guess they all sort of look like pleasure, like, cruise ships. Look at how good our stuff is. Well, that didn't take very long, and unfortunately for them, that was the missile guy. Yeah. We took this much damage in total. Strange choice for an attack, I think. Okay, we discovered some Harashims. Not totally ideal for me to be gaining a lot of different types of population. Ooh, also, free technology. I can't imagine wanting to do the other option there. Okay, they're on medium ships as well. I'm glad we're friends. Alright, let's plan for our scout to go this way, because this way is hostile territory. Are you guys still at war? Is this still happening? Okay, good. Okay, so we'd already committed that cipher to travel. I'm trying to select the fleet that is stationed at Rimor. There we go. I want to merge these up for ease of movement, and... Okay, 2 more turns and they're completely out of defenders. Obviously, they'll do conscription as soon as we start invading, but we should be able to just overwhelm them, I hope. Our manpower situation should be getting a little bit better soon. Okay, for 10 turns, keep Lyseth clear of enemy ships to get some stuff that I could sell, because I probably will not want to do anything else with it. Fine by me. $17. Getting pretty close. Alright, just chill there for a little while. Wow. Life form, ruins, atmospheric, and okay. Let's start with the 2 ruins. The AM Fleet Accelerator. 2 extra movement points for the whole fleet. Unfortunately, stuff made out of antimatter is not awesome for us. You know, we'll get a source. We're working on it. Alright, so neither one of you are moving. What do the numbers look like on this attack? We have 195 manpower. I'm a little worried that that's not going to be enough to overwhelm the... it's not going to be enough to overwhelm the 1 point, the manpower that they will get from the conscription. But I guess let's find out. There's not really much sense in waiting. Begin the invasion. We'll go ahead and do preemptive bombing because we have... we are way underneath our manpower cap. We won't actually lose any attack time. And you know, we almost never watch our land battles. Okay, he actually did not use conscription, so no battle occurred. We just bombed the heck out of the planet and then they gave up. Weird. Well, welcome to our new system. So we have a bunch of Horatio now. Also ecologists, worth noting. And a bunch of Heroshims. And they've made the interesting decision of not putting any Horatio on the hot planet here. Let's grab this. I'm going to actually move all of these guys over here. Because I want all of the Horatio on this planet, I think. For the approval bonus, I guess. It looks like it's approval neutral to move them over. But here we can have the Heroshims working on a sterile world while still allowing the Horatio to also have a hot world. They've just made some weird choices with their population positioning. Let's move the front line forward. Really, where we're headed is Menace and Novarus. These are the 2 systems we really want from Horatio. And honestly, once we have them, I'd even be okay with taking on peace. So you guys have 4 movement left. Alright, I'm going to let these guys get another turn of movement before the ciphers go anywhere. On the whole, though, this is going a lot better than I was afraid it might. I kind of thought he might, you know, fight back a little bit. Which would have been potentially a problem for us. Our industry situation is really coming along. Alright, so we have, in fact, accomplished that. Ah yes, people are starving on the new system because, of course, they're not producing at maximum effectiveness. And he has brought forth a fleet. He's still at 4 maximum command points. He has not bothered to get any military tech. I think what happened is he just wasn't expecting a war. Although he's been at war with Blue for some time. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, we can kill these guys, is where I was going with that. They unfortunately have all energy weapons against our energy defenses, and they are woefully underarmed for the conflict that is about to occur. So they all want to be at medium range. Let's try to run science from scrap on them. And again, I do want the medium ship in the middle flotilla so that it can absorb their fire. If we run it the other way, we run 0 risk of losing our medium ship, but we're more likely to lose other stuff. Here, the medium ship can soak up most of the attack. Okay, yeah, they ran away. That's very reasonable. One wonders, though, why they attacked at all. Do I have a scout ship nearby? Why don't you just go ahead and shoot a probe over there? Get me a little bit of vision of whatever the heck is happening. At 19. Very, very close now. And once they're at 20, we're not nearly as incentivized to have them grow. If we get them to 50, we'll get a new law, but I'm not super excited about that. We already are going to have enough competition for law slots. So it doesn't look like we actually need to build another fleet or anything yet. Probably our 2 fleets just continuing to push forward in this way will be sufficient. Oh man, so much stuff is happening. Alright, what is this? It's just a random scout. Alright, you can send that home. Just in case it does stay and fight for some reason, let's at least get some science out of it. Nope. Okay. This turn, I feel comfortable sending forth the ciphers. Alright, let's start looking through these. Luxury prices have increased. Yep, we'll deal with that. We got to 20 Epistis, which is pretty great. Yep, you're just going to produce even more food and industry. A bunch of events are coming to an end. Did we discover something? We totally did. We discovered 10 dust on all of our systems for 15 turns. That's fine. That's a meaningful bonus. Oh, we now possess 7 cold planets. Mission accomplished. That's right, we gained some new planets. We discovered the planet Sahar. Man, the Lumaris have a lot of cool stuff. And they assimilated the minor faction I was going to go and get some favor with. Well, we can still maybe go check out the Curiosity. Right, so we leveled up our hero. We've got a new Riftborn quest here. Well, it was never going to be paradise, but Akamar is still not even adequate for Riftborn recuperation. Sunrises and sunsets, algae and microbes, wind and rain. Even in the most barren places of this universe, the Riftborn can't get away from its tortures. For Akamar to become a true sanctuary for this galaxy's most far-reaching visitors, much more work needs to be done. The environment needs to be completely transformed into a real echo of their home dimension Koraz. Only then might they gain respite. Well, we can certainly increase the system level of Akamar in about 3 turns. Alright, so let's pop down here. What needs building? Got some pirates incoming, not too worried about that. We are on top of that. Let's move these Harishims over to here, and yeah, this is fine. As our ownership increases, the system will become a little bit better behaved. So this is not great for us here. This is fine, I guess. Oh, we should definitely build this. And then honestly, it's probably population, right? Because we have no Riftborn here currently, you can see the cost of the population is very, very low. Let's build a couple, and then we'll see how things look after that. Here on Lesath, we are continuing to create Epistis at a very significant rate. Oh, we should send one Epistis population out to the new system. We want to make sure we have Epistis everywhere. Because again, they are now making it so that we have minus 20% cost on all improvements. The reason this says 19 right now is that population points that are in transit don't count toward this. But we'll be back up to having 20 next turn when the next one is born on Lesath, so I don't feel too bad about moving them now. Still have a lot of stuff to explore over here. Well, A lot is maybe strong. Hey, look at that. We discovered some Tikanans. Well, we are going to have a whole lot of population types soon. You're still waiting for probes to generate. I'm not sure if I even want to hit Galtar. I think we might go straight through. Again, Novarus and Menace are the two things that we care about. And once those are down, we'll figure out what we want to do with Horatio. It may be that eliminating him completely is not necessary, although, if we're still thinking that we're maybe going to try to win a supremacy victory, it does help to have a lot of systems. What is the 50-point population bonus for Riftborn? Wormhole travel consumes only half of a ship's remaining movement points. That is pretty interesting. Unfortunately, I don't really have a good sense of how valuable it is, because we can't see wormholes yet. Let's see, we could boost Horatio. Are we actually bringing in Red Sang? We're not, right? We just have a little bit. Okay, but we will be. Horatio, what's your deal? Plus 15% food. And eventually, some of your food converts into influence. That's interesting. And spending on the buff would give us a higher growth rate as well in that one system where we have Horatio. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. In that system, I would much rather have Horatio grow than Calgaros, I think. Actually, is that true? What did Calgaros give us? Or, Harshams, rather. Yeah, okay. I would much rather have Horatio grow than Calgaros. Yeah, I suppose I should set stuff to build in the rest of the systems. Fair enough. We should definitely get our level 2 modernization up everywhere. We are 3 turns away from completing this wonder. And you know what? Bracia probably is the right place to build the trade company HQ, so that the trade route is as long as possible, going out to anywhere else. Yeah, we also still need to build population there, but I want to get this trade company online. Okay, so we want to move... You guys, we definitely want this. This is Calgaros world, because they actually really like it on fertile planets. Alright, let's give them some room to grow. Yeah, we probably want to actually build some Riftborn here. We don't want the system to completely fill up with biologicals. It is still the case that Riftborn are better population units than the others. It's just that they're also not free. Actually, Remor is probably, yeah, Remor is the place where we want to build our singularities. Alright, Horatio's trying to force a truce on us. Unfortunately for him, we've been stockpiling influence. I refuse to move my ships out of your territory. We're exploring. Ooh. The recent switch to industrialist politics in Lesath has left many unhappy. Chief among the dissidents is a radical splinter group who have begun raiding shipping lanes to disrupt economic activity. The governor has imprisoned the worst of the offenders and plans to deactivate several established, historically significant space stations to build a network of newer, cheaper, secure waypoint systems. The people have voted against his proposal. Okay, what are we doing here? So we could approve his proposal. I don't really want religious political ideology. I'm assuming Lesath is pretty happy, isn't it? Yeah, Lesath is so happy that they won't even notice. Minus 10 approval. And we definitely go this way.
Our purpose is to kill. You, though.
Okay, he's probably going to close borders on me soon. Let's keep exploring. So we arrived on Galtar and were immediately attacked by that fleet that fled the last combat. Oh, I didn't mean to keep watch checked. This is obviously not going to have any surprises. Well, we may as well watch it since we're here. Our ships do look really cool. Right, we spent a lot of that last battle looking at Horatio ships, but look at how neat this stuff is. With the little, like, the flying pods and stuff. Let's skip to the action. It's such a cool... Man. Well, we can overhead this. I'm sure this is already basically over. Yeah. You know, we took a little bit of damage. They did something. And hey, 40 science. So we could just drop Galtar. Yeah, I mean, if we're still thinking about a supremacy victory, we gotta take everything we can get, right? Shouldn't take a lot of effort. We'll come back and get these pirate systems eventually. And you know what? If the Lumeris or the Sophons want to consider a real alliance, we certainly can consider it. We don't need approval or pacifist ideology, but we also don't actually need industrialist ideology. The Industrialist Party is going to be massively more popular than the others, I think. That choice kind of doesn't matter. That's an embarrassing offer. We both should be embarrassed about that message you just sent to me. Well, probably we should specialize some of these planets. I don't know that, even though the industrial specialization is better, I don't know that it's necessary here. I guess we have a lot of ships to build. Yep, that's pretty good. It's pretty good how much industry we are generating here. So yeah, then also population is very strong. Our population is, anyway. Okay, we need one turn of sitting here. Alright, well, none of these are super likely to be loot, unfortunately. We've discovered permanent monsoons. Yeah. Also, new battle tactic. How long until I can adjust my battle tactics for free? Next turn. Okay. I don't want to pay even the very small cost, because there's not really a reason for us to, right? So notice Vega is putting out an incredible amount of influence pressure. We are definitely going to have to do something about that. I don't want him suddenly taking over Sophon systems. We need those systems to be friendly to us. I think I'm gonna boost Remor. We need this system to get its act together. Okay, so we're looking fairly likely to get our ecologist party. So last time we used primary elections, ideal if the chosen party is already well supported. Because the ecologists were relatively well, compared to some of the parties. But honestly, I don't know that I would describe any of these as well supported. Provides a strong penalty to competitors. I would rather the industrialist party be the leading one, but if we end up ecologist industrialist instead of the other way around, that's probably fine. Yep, we went pretty hard on that. Oh no, the militarists. We're going to be ecologist militarist, I think. Shoot. Well, yeah, see, like, the base law for the ecologists is not anything at all, which is why I was not excited to have them in actual charge. I do like some of the other laws we can get from them. Just not the base law. They're a good secondary party. They're a good primary party really early in the game. They'll let you get your exploration going a lot earlier. What did we find? We discovered even more Eden incense. So we can modify our battle tactics for free. Our whole government needs to be rebuilt. We'll figure it out. We finished that wonder, so all of a sudden we have a ton more XP for our hero. Alright, we only have one decision to make over here. Obviously, we're overjoyed. That's definitely worth building. Turn the capital into a real powerhouse, which it already really was. So we got our very good wonder. It's possible that the AI does not prioritize the wonders highly enough, because they are awfully good. The Epistis are continuing to grow at a rate that maybe should worry me a little bit. We finished this, which is cool. We have established an effective perimeter around our systems. The Communion press for the evacuation of Koros to begin, but I am not so sure. Perhaps it is time to reevaluate our priorities in these dire times. The day has finally arrived. The Communion have given the order for a full evacuation of Koros. I haven't witnessed it firsthand, but the reports show our once beautiful home rendered into a corrupt wasteland, the population corralled into smaller and smaller zones of safety. Those that venture into the Blight, I am told, never return. I feel their plight. I truly do. But I am torn. This universe is no sanctuary. It is a hellish realm of vast voids and burning suns, settled by strange creatures, each striving to be the dominant species. To survive, any Riftborn must cast off their old ideas, harden themselves, and be ready for suffering. I fear most will not survive here. Worse, I fear that their presence might doom us all. The arrival of the Communion is another matter. Are they worldly enough for this universe, or will they lead us into oblivion? During a battle in some far-flung system whose name escapes me, I once saw a Craver get pinned by a falling comms tower. Its arm must have been crushed, useless. Unable to move, it would have shortly been executed by our approaching forces. What did it do? It severed its own arm and kept fighting. Perhaps we must do the same. So possess 4 systems of level 3 or higher to gain chassis optimization, which cuts in half the cost of building Riftborn. This is something that we will be able to do soon, I think. We haven't actually figured out what our level 3 system development looks like yet, but I have to imagine we could do this. We could disobey. Tell them to stay home, I guess? The humane thing to do is to lock down the rift. That's, for a certain value of humane, I guess. Raise our Empire manpower capacity to 2550. We don't actually have to generate any manpower, we just have to up the capacity. I believe that moving up to the next tier of the military tree, yeah, that would do it. So that's an option. It would only take us like 6 or 7 turns of research, probably. Yeah, 7. Or cooperate. Ensure the Riftborn are not at war for 20 turns. Oh, I didn't actually look at... The reward for disobey is plus 50% manpower conversion efficiency. You know what? That's actually pretty important. Also, we don't really need more ecologist political pressure, but we do at this point need more industrialist. It turns out. I'm as shocked as anyone. And this thing, ensure you're not at war for 20 turns, goes... It's the halfway. Obviously, we're not doing this. I think we're going to disobey. The Blight is a terrible thing, but it is swift in its judgment. This universe, on the other hand, will only prolong their suffering, and it might well cripple our chances of survival. The humane thing to do is to lock down the rift. Man, that does seem truly horrible, though. Like, in a way that I'm actually uncomfortable with. And chassis optimization is good. It's really good, actually. Yeah, you know what? We don't need all the extra manpower. We'll be fine. We have the super good siege modules. We're going to go for the evacuate. Because this, like, I may be understating how good this is. This is really good. Being able to just pump out Riftborn on the new systems to fill up any population slots that were lost at the siege and everything. Yeah, I think we should go this way. We'll have to get our industrialist political pressure somewhere else. Building a lot of Riftborn will actually help with that, since our Riftborn naturally have industrialist on them. Okay, so yeah, we gotta fix our government. I totally forgot that the militarists were gonna be way above polling because we've done a bunch of military stuff in the time since the polling occurred. So what have we here? We have another Riftborn. And I mean, the Riftborn part of the skill tree is pretty good. And this one is a Guardian, so really more ship-focused than anything else, although, obviously, some of these skills are still pretty good. Minus ship cost plus hull plating penetration. We have here a Mavros. Yep, science and science and science. Also a Guardian, so a lot of industry and a lot of science stuff. Ship cost and energy weapon damage. Honestly, this guy could be a pretty good admiral. Maybe we take the Mavros to lead our fleet. Or you have access to a religious Riftborn leader. A counselor. Counselor is pretty good. Counselor gives you access to Blue Sky Speculator and Public Relations Expert, but I'm digging the idea of adding a little bit more firepower to our fleet. And this guy will be really good at it. So yeah, we're just going to take 20% extra health on the fleet. That seems alright. 10% extra energy weapon damage is a pretty good fit for what we have going already. Before we send you anywhere, let's make sure your ship makes some kind of sense here. Alright, well we probably want to go with a Hyperion engine. I'll feel better if it's on the engine side of the ship, even though that does not matter at all. Oh, interesting. The new siege module can't be equipped on this ship. Well, we'll give him the old siege module. That's fine. Wait, he's going to slow down the fleet, though. Hold on. Right, because our fleet currently has... Oh, no, our fleet only has 4 move. That's not what I want. Here we go. Yes, this is actually fine. Yeah, we'll do this to help with the sieges a little bit. And then energy weapons, right? Honestly, with our phase beams being so much better than our sync lasers now, we probably just go straight phase beams. Okay, we can afford that. Alright, we have to be orbiting one of our systems. Well, this can be one of our systems. Oh, we actually have 0 manpower. Okay. The Ciphers have the manpower. It's fine. Oh, they're actually fighting back this time. Yeah, we brought more people, and our people have some significantly upgraded weapons. There's that initial bombardment phase. You can see the value of that. They're gonna find it very difficult to win here. But it looks like they can hold us off for 1 turn. Alright. So we'll assign the hero here next turn. So let's see. You still want to stay put. show me whatever's over here. Alright, looks like they researched the curiosity themselves. Not totally shocking, but I was hoping that we'd get to take whatever was in it. Alright, so yeah, stand here. Keep it covered. How are you guys doing on manpower? I wonder if I should send them out to Yetics. Or actually, maybe we should focus on burning out the pirates with them. I'm going to leave them where they are for now, I guess. If I run out to the pirates, then there's a concern that Horatio ships show up from Yetics or something, and if I do it the other way around, then we can have pirates. They're fine just guarding the doorway to the Empire, I think. And so now that we have a friend, stuff like the Intergalactic Relations School is a lot more attractive. And we're only 2 techs off of moving up to the ability to build large ships and, of course, acquire cooperation protocols and stuff. I think we probably want to try to make friends here. So the question is it worth going back and grabbing this stuff to reduce the cost of this? Colonize ocean worlds? I don't think we see any oceans. Oh, we're definitely going to need this. The ability to change government types is important to us, and the booster program also will be important. We are, of course, going to have some approval problems as we continue to conquer. Yeah, you know what? Let's grab these. They will reduce the cost of hyperpacks, and also they are valuable. Somewhat valuable in their own right. Alright. Yep, you are not assigned intentionally. Let's finish up this attack on Galter. Unfortunately, they could just... Yep, they conscripted again. I will get there, but we're going to have to run them out of population entirely, which is going to make it slow going. Also, all of a sudden, pirates. How very suspicious. Well, at least we get a little bit of science out of it. It appears that an intergalactic Congress of Scientists has turned into a labor dispute. Well, I do want industrialist political ideology, and this lasts long enough that it will still be active during the election. So, as much as I don't love the science loss, it's fine. Alright, a cooperative quest to generate more science. I'll work on it, I'll try it. What have we here? The surprising new fad among current-gen Epistis, garbage collecting. Thanks to a recent surge in your Empire's Epistis population, these angular robots are now going from neighborhood to neighborhood, knocking on doors and asking for garbage. That's not really what I thought was meant by garbage collecting. Curious behavior, to be sure, but sociologists hypothesize that it is actually an expression of an ancient evolutionary urge. The Epistis were designed to be a race of ecological caretakers, after all. Anyway, it's cute, but it's disrupting the jobs of people who actually do this for a living. So, we can choose to reprogram them by having 8 science and exploration technologies unlocked, which will give us a little bit less approval but a little bit more influence for our Epistis for 20 turns. Or we can possess a toxic planet and let them just really go nuts on it. They'll be so happy. We have a toxic planet somewhere, don't we? I might be remembering a different game. Steps. Yeah, okay. Well, are we going to acquire one soon? We are, actually. Okay, let's go that way. We could use the industrialist political pressure. Yeah. If the Epistis are happily filling roles that people usually don't want, let's just relocate the systems where they can be of more use. Maybe they'll be happier too. And nobody else wants to be on the toxic worlds, so... But obviously this is unacceptable to me. Did you see that? The Horatio fleets are now max command point 7. They are catching up to us. Alright, I will be super annoyed. So we can't attack again, right? We just spent our command point. I will be super annoyed if this revealer uses this opportunity to move to Lysath and kill our quest. Okay, well my plan was to have our hero snapped onto this fleet because Galter would, in theory, be our system by the beginning of this turn, but things did not quite work out the way I was hoping. Well, let's push on until we finish off Galter, because my concern is that if I end the episode without equipping the hero, I will forget to do it at the beginning of the next episode. Alright, keep the bombardment up. They can't conscript too many more times. Yep, they have run out of population, so all they have left is the manpower here. Now, they do have more manpower than we do, but we're also still sieging, and we get to do another round of bombardment, so I think we're going to be okay. Oh, hey, remnants and refugees. Actually, the remnant, I believe, are pretty good population units. So yeah, let's take on some new refugees. Also, you know, it is like shockingly morally evil to turn them away and everything, so that completely fills our population here. So dust and industry. What we should do is send some of these population units somewhere else. How are we doing on Remor? We're actually pretty close to cap. You know, Akamar actually does need population. Actually, we have a bunch of population available. Alright, well, let's bounce a couple of Riftborn back to Akamar, I guess. This is sort of the place where Riftborn are the least useful. Oh, hey, Akamar dropped below maximum happiness. Well, we have a lot of ways of correcting that now. Well, I'm sure they're happy we figured that out. And here on Remor... Okay. So let's wrap up this Galtor thing here. We're running short on manpower. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We'll change things up a little bit, plan-wise. Do I want to have these guys fall back to form a defense fleet, or am I just gonna... You know what, we're going to be able to just build some more ships. We're actually running out of really important stuff to build elsewhere. We'll be okay. We are definitely refusing that.
Hey, how's it going? Good.
Yep, the Sophons love us. And I love them. Not so much that I won't hang up on them, but you know, like, a lot. Some. I love them some. Alright, Oshi. Wow, we are already back at max pop, huh? I built that 1 point of Epistis pop, or that 1 point of Riftborn pop, and then also we had a birth immediately. Well, let's make with the exoscience stations, I suppose. I don't think this is how Riftborn are usually played, with all of this food focus and everything. Oh, hey, look at that. System that hasn't even been explored yet. We discovered the poor soil due to an atmospheric anomaly, really? Or a curiosity, rather? That's strange. We also discovered another battle tactic. Okay. Space Minox. I guess Minox or Space Minox. You know what I mean, though. Alright, you're just going to stay there. You're just going to stay there. And with that, I think we're going to end it. We now have our Mavros hero out here doing work. I'm pretty sure Mavros are Sophons. I don't think there's any biological difference. It's just like, it's like there was a schism, and they're different nations of the same race. So, look at that. We're, like, integrating with Sophon society already. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. I'm confident we can conclude our business with Horatio, and then look forward to forging a brighter future for whoever we decide should still be allowed to live in the galaxy. And we'll see you then.